What's going on, y'all? Timmy two times here. Welcome to Timmy Talks, and these are my coming out chronicles. And this is episode number 13, baby. We got one more to go, child. But anyways, baby, I'm feeling myself. Y'all see the pink, the holographic pink? When I was working in New York as a server and I used to bartend sometimes, I used to do these rose events. So I would make my shirts to go on the rooftop, and we just had all different types of rose and stuff like that. We would sell it, and they had like music and stuff. It didn't really last long because my manager wasn't that organized, whatever. But anyway, I took the opportunity to make me some shirts for it, and I wasn't even sewing a year, and I was doing this. So I think that's pretty good for a beginner, right? Okay. So, just a quick little recap. Episode number 12. Episode number 12, I dedicated that to my cousin Demille that passed away from leukemia, which is also my cousin that I heard rumors that he was gay. I finally met him in the gay club on my second time going in the gay club, and I ran into some of my classmates, and I also ran into my mom's lesbian friend that was in the club. And I touched base on all that. So you guys definitely go and check out number 12 if you have not checked out number 12. And then you come back to number 13. Again, this is all in chronological order of the things that happened to me before the build up, which is going to be in the next episode, number 14, which I don't even think I'm ready to do the episode yet. So, but I got to let it out. But anyway, let's get into episode number 13, baby. Let's go. And look, we have a black business. Shout out to one of my friends, See You on the West. He is an artist, videographer, and photographer, Los Angeles based. If you need some amazing artwork for your home, office, or studio, make sure you check him out. It's definitely going to enhance your space. If you don't live here, he can ship it to you. If you need a videographer or a photographer, hit him up on that as well. Again, his name is See You on the West. All this information is going to be in the description, and this is his Instagram right here. You can check out his Instagram, and you can contact him through that as well. Here we go. See You on the West. All right, episode number 13. I am feeling myself, bitch. When I say I am feeling myself, I feel like I am on top of the world. I'm out of the closet. I finally linked up with my cousin. I'm going to gay clubs. My friends know. I feel like I'm on top of the world. I began to start preparing myself for the world by getting a second job. So not only am I working at this factory called Canberra, but I also get a job around the holiday season working at Kmart in the video game department. Like, that was the best. It was so cool to work in the video game department there. And I had two jobs. I started stacking up my money, getting myself prepared. Again, I got a new car. So like I no longer had that 1986 Chevy Celebrity. I had a 1996 Dodge Intrepid blue. I had bought a new little CD changer to go in there that, had the little dolphins, had a little screen on there. And then I also had did I have a little 6 disc changer in the back of the trunk? I think I did. I had a little 6 to 8 CD disc changer in the trunk that I could put some of my CDs and stuff like that in there. I felt like I was on top of the world. I started to hang out. I started hang out with two of my cousin's friends. And that's what really solidified me feeling myself. The names were Ricky and Marlon. I want to dedicate this particular video to Marlon. Marlon was killed outside of Caesars. After I left after I left Ohio and moved to Atlanta, I got a call from my cousin. I'll never forget, I was eating some chicken wings, and he called me and told me that Marlon had got killed. They beat him up outside of the club. They beat him up outside of the club and left him on the side of the building by it was either the Greyhound station or the train station. Um, when they found him, took him to the hospital. Immediately, he was in ICU. He had tubes coming out of his head, brain damage, and he died. Um, it's like when you a child, teenager, growing up, like I had never really experienced death that affected me. Like I had never experienced anyone close to me passing away that like really touched me. And Marlon was my first friend that mm, had gotten killed for being who he was. And another friend named Rashawn that happened to later on, which I'll touch base on that when I get to my Atlanta Chronicles. Marlon was very special to me. Marlon was short. He used to perm his hair, slick it down. He wore color contacts. And he used to do, I'm not going to say, like back then we used to say drag, but he was a cross dresser. That's what we like the term they back then. Like he would dress up, put makeup on, put the little breastplate on and the hips and the dresses and just the lashes, and he would just like transform. And that was my first friend that did that. And he reminded me of what I saw on 212 because I told y'all that was like one of my favorite movies. And he allowed me to see the world through a different lens. Like, I'm like, damn, I'm gay. Like, I can go out and blend in, but like when he goes out, like, you automatically, like, like, he's gay. Like, the way he dresses, he wore tight pants with little crop tops, and he was real, like not I'm going, but just his whole aura about him. And I was like fascinated by him. And I looked up to him and I left so much behind moving to Atlanta from Ohio, but it was necessary. Um, Sometimes in your journey, you're gonna leave some amazing people behind. That's the only way you're gonna grow. I wish it was another way, but I mean, I'm just telling my truth. Like, I literally left some amazing people in Ohio and moved to Atlanta because that was my destiny. Even though it didn't happen the way I wanted it to happen. Like I didn't expect to be kicked out. I didn't expect to move to Atlanta at all. I didn't know where. I thought I was going to go to New York first, and then I was going to go to LA. But I didn't. Um, but again, let's get into me feeling myself. After hanging out with my cousin, like I just started hanging out with him, and the world just it changed. Like I was just so happy. I was so happy. Like I was like his mom knew about me. It was like a secret because she knew about him. And like I would go over her house. We would have a good time. Like again, because his mom, my cousin Demille, his mom was like the cool mom. Like you go to her house, like they would drink, playing cards. Like it was just like real chill. It was cool because she used to go to the club and stuff too. Okay. Mama used to go out. Okay. And ah, it was amazing. Um, but I was still sad. It's like, how could you be feeling so good and feeling yourself and be sad at the same time? And I was sad because I knew what was coming. I knew it was only a matter of time before my parents found out. Again, I told you from the time I found out about my cousin, I had about 2 to 2.5 months of feeling myself before my world fucking shattered right in front of my eyes at that round wooden kitchen table while I was studying for an exam. Like my world fucking changed. It literally stopped. And I just knew it was coming. And I would just go, like, I would hang out with them. We have a good time. And I would go home and I would listen to the Sade and it was snowing outside. And I would just start feeling bad because I'm just like, dang, I'm having fun, but it's just like I'm living a secret life. I remember we was going out somewhere. I was feeling myself. I had bought this turtleneck, this gray turtleneck. We was going out to the club and I had spent like $60 or $70 on that back in the 90s, like, well, not 90s, it was 2000 and 2001. That was still a lot of money, $60, $70 to be spending on a fucking sweater. I never forgot. I think I got it from Lord and Taylor. And I was getting dressed to go out, and my mom and them was downstairs and they was looking at me like, with the sweater on, kind of like, you got that sweater on. I mean, it was loose, but I was feeling myself. And she had said something to me, and I had did a little hand gesture, and she looked at me like, and I kind of like didn't try to push it up, but it was like too late. She caught it. She was just like, she didn't say nothing, but because I mean, again, I was out, I was working 2 jobs, I was in school, and I still made time to hang out with my cousin. Now, my cousin, he used to help his mom. She had a group home, and we used to go to the group home to hang out. That was like our spot. If we weren't going to the club, whatever, we go to the group home, and then it was time to go to the club. Now, mind you, I wasn't even old enough to be drinking, but yet I was drinking and going to the club. Like 16, what was that? 16 and a half. No, sorry, not 16. 17. I just turned 18 after, so I was like around 18, 17, 18. No, it was 18 because I moved out. I graduated 18. I was drinking Boone's Farm and E&J. We used to get towed up. Like sometimes we get so towed up, my cousin would take my car and go to the club and drop me off because I didn't know how to handle my alcohol, whatever. He was old enough to buy the alcohol. We would drink it. We would go to the club. I mean, we used to play TLC. It was this song by TLC. It was called "Give It to Me While It's Hot" off the TLC 3D album. We used to play that. We used to pull up to the club, music blasting. Like we was having a good fucking time. I was having such a good time that I didn't realize boundaries. Like I didn't know that I shouldn't be doing certain things. Like my cousin was talking to this guy, and the guy ended up liking me. I never forget, we was in a car, and the guy was in the front seat, and he was reaching his hand around the back to grab on my leg, and I was reaching my hand around the front in his pants. So we go back to the group home, and my cousin's in the kitchen, like washing dishes, whatever. So me and my cousin's little boo thing was sitting on the couch, and we start kissing and stuff. I don't know how my cousin saw, but he saw us and he came in the front room and all of a sudden something just said move and I just moved out the way. And my cousin had tossed a pot of hot water on us, but it missed me. And it got all on his boo's chest because he didn't have no shirt on, just red. He screamed. My cousin ain't saying that, he just walked back in the kitchen. And I was just like, oh. And I was like, I'm so sorry. I'm just like, I'm so sorry. I was just like, I didn't have any boundaries. I didn't know that that was something you shouldn't do. And I didn't know because I was feeling myself. I feel like I was on top of the world. I was drinking. I was staying out late. I was finally able to do whatever I wanted to do. I wasn't answering to nobody. I had my own car, my own cell phone. I was working 2 jobs. I was in school. Like I'm finally out of the closet. Like I'm hanging around everybody. Like I'm having a good time. I'm going on dates with dudes and I'm having sex and all of this stuff is like happening to me. um, then one day, me and my cousin, we sat down. Oh, child, here we go. I really contemplated on if I should include this in the Chronicles. I really did. At the beginning of this episode 1, I said I wasn't trying to hurt nobody. I'm just telling my story. It's the truth. It's what happened to me, and it's the truth. So I'm gonna tell my part, and I'm not gonna tell my cousin's part because he's no longer here, and I feel like I shouldn't, even though. Ooh, it's so hard. Even though I know it's something that should be said, but I just want to. I'm gonna speak my truth. Me and my cousin, we sat down and we had a conversation about one of our cousins that had touched us. Hmm. I don't even know how it came up. Thought I didn't. I guess I came out with the long end of the stick, and my cousin came out with the short end of the stick, which meaning he got the worst of it. But again, I'm not gonna tell his part because he's not here. I'm just gonna tell what happened to me. Um, One day, this cousin came over to my house, and we were in the basement because that's where we all hung out. Like we played video games, played with toys. We used to watch the Corn on the Cob channel. Like that's where like we was at the basement. Had my mom, my parents, my dad had remodeled the basement, so like we used to go down there. That was where we went because that's where we could be loud and cut up, and our parents couldn't hear us because we had a 2-level house and we was in the basement. So this cousin that came over. And this cousin was, ooh, oh, this cousin was really cool because this was a cousin that got me into X-Men. Like he got me into X-Men comics and cards, and like that's why I'm a fucking X-Men fan. However, I'm so glad that I can separate the two. I don't even know how I'm able to separate the two from this, but I can separate the two. And when I think of X-Men, I don't think of him. When I think of him, or I see him randomly Because lately he's been popping up on my feed on social media, and I'm just like, and I think to myself, was it that bad? Was it that bad? Am I just overreacting? So anyway, this cousin that spent the night at the house. It was me, him, and my brother. And I remember we was watching a scary movie. The movie went off. My brother was we had a couch that could you pull out and it would turn into a bed. And me and this cousin was on the bed, and my brother was on the floor. And I never forget. My cousin was like, he said, "I'm about to because it was my brother on the floor, it was me, and it was my cousin, and my cousin was like, I need to go to the bathroom." So he climbed over me. But as he climbed over me, he stopped. He just got on top of me. And he just started like just dry humping me. He wouldn't stop. He just kept on like dry humping me. And I was like, "What you doing?" And he was like, "Nothing, just be quiet, just be quiet." And he just kept doing it. And I was frozen. Like I couldn't move. Like I just was like, I was just laying there. I was just like, and I was laying there like this. My arms was down. I was just like, and he was just on top of me, just dry humping me. And he was like real close. This is my face. He was just like, shh, just like he was just like real close to my face, just talking. He would but he just kept on like he would just like I could feel his like breath on my ear and like just around my neck, just and he wouldn't stop. And I was like, stop. And he was like, nah. He just kept on. And I was trying to get my brother's attention, but my brother was asleep. And I was trying to call my brother's name, but I was in such a state of shock that I couldn't get it out loud enough. Like I was just saying my brother's name, just saying it, just saying it, just saying it. But it wouldn't come out loud. And I'm just like, help me, help. Like this don't feel right. It just don't feel right. Like it don't feel right to me. Like I don't like why is he doing this to me? Like I'm telling him to stop. Like why is he still on top of me? Like what is he doing? Like it just felt so weird. And I didn't understand it. And he was just like the next day, don't tell nobody. We're just like and honestly, that and me being gay were two separate things. Like I didn't put it together. That was around the time where I didn't I wasn't really having the feelings of being gay. I just knew I was different. Like I hadn't come to terms with I like men, but it was just like I knew it was something that fascinated me about them. However, I still knew it was wrong and it wasn't something that I should be doing based off the world society. Like, don't be gay. You can't be gay. You shouldn't be gay. It's a sin. You're going to go to hell. They're going to laugh at you. They're going to pick with you. You a sissy. You a girl. You a FAG. Like, I knew all this stuff, but it still hadn't like clicked in my head that that's what I was. But that moment, it did something to me. And I remember I got older, and this was like after I left Ohio, moved to Atlanta. I was like 20, I probably was like 20, 26, 27. Me and my mom had a conversation. And she had kind of like broke down about, all the things that happened. And I'm just like, Mom, I forgave you a long time ago. Like I love my mother. Like that's my girl. I don't play about my mama. I love my mother. I love my mother to this day. I talk to her several times a week. Um, and no, she told me she's been watching these, so I don't know how far she is into these yet. But I'm like, this is a part of me. And just like I left when I was 18, and my family don't really know me. Like you know me up to 18, but like I've experienced so much life and been through so many different phases of my life. They only see me when I come around for like holidays or just do a casual pop in, but they're not around me. And it's made me become very, I won't say that I'm self centered, but I'm so used to just being by myself. Like I'm so used to just moving at my own flow. When I'm ready to leave, I'm gonna leave. When I don't want to be bothered, I don't want to be bothered. I want this like this. I want it like this. I want like I'm so used to just being in my own flow. I've lived in 4 states. I've started my life over 3 times. Like I'm just used to being by myself. I'm not sad about it. I just like I've realized that I'm all I got. And I just do what's good for me. And I told her about that situation with me and my cousin, and I don't really know how she took it, what she did with it. She probably just kept it to herself because all these years have went by. Um, and yeah, every time there was a time where because I hadn't seen him, I haven't seen him years, like years. I think after that time in that basement, I didn't really see him that much after that. It's at one time, somebody was like, somebody wanted, like, here, talk to him. And it was him. And I was just like, I felt so uncomfortable. And I'm in my 30s at the time that this happened. And I felt so uncomfortable because part of me is like, did that really happen? Am I being dramatic? No, he just walked over me. Like he just crawled over me and just went to the bathroom. He ain't do all that. But he did. He did. And again, my cousin got the short end of the stick. So what happened? We're gonna leave that alone. We're gonna leave it alone. Um I I don't I'm gonna say this and I don't wanna make it. I know growing up that kids experiment and do things. Like I literally told y'all when I was in kindergarten, we used to go into the bathroom and we would all put our wee wees together and do a little tap and sword fight and go pee. Like, I know that kids experiment because you're young, like you haven't really registered like the do's and the don'ts of what you should or you shouldn't do. And guys aren't only supposed to date girls and all that stuff. Like you're young, you experiment, and then like we all do things that we shouldn't do when our parents are not around. Like we all do things, bad things sometimes. And I'm just like, I would just like, it was so many emotions going through my head. I'm like, okay, was it that bad what he did? But then when I talked to my cousin and my cousin told me what had been done to him, I was just like, wow. Okay. It's a difference between experimenting and then also experimenting and doing things. Not even to say if both people agree, but when you get to a certain age, like that stuff, nah, nah. But like when you like a kid, like elementary, not even like you just like when you, like it's just it's crazy. I just hope that he didn't do that to nobody else. Um, wow, that's crazy. I've only talked about that like twice in my life. But you know why I know that I'm telling the truth and it's not and it wasn't right? Because I felt it. I felt uncomfortable. And I just can't get out of my head my brother down there on the floor, and I'm just trying. Saying his name, wake up, and he's sleep. But I'm also embarrassed because I'm like, what do I tell my brother that what's going on? And when he wake up, like my cousin is on top of me, dry humping me, and like, I don't know what to say. Like I'm the big brother, and this is my younger brother. Like, what do I tell him that what is going on? What do I do? I don't know what to do. Like this is crazy. But anyway, I'm feeling myself. Let's come up out of that because we can't. That's a rabbit hole, and I just feel myself just going deeper and deeper and deeper, and I don't know to this day if I should be mad about it. If it happened and I moved on, like I don't know. Because when I saw my cousin pop up on my social media, it just did something to me. Like every time he pop up, it do something to me. You know what I should do? Next time it pop up, I should send him a message. Be like, hey, what's up? How you doing? Just to see how he reacts. But then I don't even know if I should do that. That's it, man. Because I don't know. I ain't gonna feel right. I ain't gonna feel right because at some point I'm gonna have to get it out. And maybe I should. Who knows? We don't know what the future holds. We go see. We go see. We go see. So I'm still in school, right? I'm still in college. I'm not doing good in my algebra class, and I start getting a tutor for my chemistry. And I never forget it was this my teacher. She was bald, and I believe she had cancer. I can't remember. She had these big hoop earrings, black lady. She didn't play no games. She was very strict. but I feel like she had a soft spot for me, and she taught me algebra, and chemistry. I ended up getting a B. Was it a B or just a B minus? Anyway, it was a B, child. B plus, a B or a B minus. It's still a B, bitch. And I did better in algebra. I did better in the chemistry than I did algebra. I'm sorry. That whole like tunnel I just went down, child, just really just kind of fucked me up for a minute. So um let me just let me just take another second to get myself together, because baby, oh my goodness. It's crazy because like some of my friends and stuff, like some of the horror stories and just strangers I've heard that relatives or X, Y, and Z has done to them. Ah, it ain't right. It ain't right. It's not right. And then some of us live with this guilt. We have no one to talk to about it. And then we talk to people about it. They don't believe us. And we literally have to sit there and look at this person in their face sometimes, knowing what this person did to us. I don't even know how old was I. I was in elementary school when that happened too. I was in elementary school. Mm, mm, mm. But anyway, moving right along. So I'm hanging out with my cousin again. I keep saying I'm feeling myself. So I told you my cousin had two friends. He had Marlon and then he had Ricky. I don't know what happened, but I started to like Ricky. And then me and Ricky started to talk and we started to mess around. And then he kind of like became my boyfriend. This is my first boyfriend. I never forget, for his birthday. Um, he came home and one of his roommate had let me in, and I had made him some ravioli and some garlic bread. Child, it was like the ravioli you boiled, and I added the sauce to it. And I made some garlic bread, some 4 cheese, 5 cheese Texas toast garlic bread, and a little salad. And I had played Etta James. At last, my love has come along. And I was so like happy because I was like, I got a boyfriend. Like everything is good, but it's still that little, you know, you better get ready because something about to happen. Didn't know what was about to happen. Didn't know if it could happen. And then maybe it just won't happen because everything is just so right. Me and my cousins, we just having a good time. We just hanging out, we cutting up. And then I can't remember who gave me this book. Um, but they gave me the Evelyn Harris Invisible Life book. And I started to read it. And that book is the reason why I got kicked the fuck out. And with that being said, we are done with episode number 13. Um, Next episode is episode number 14. That is the finale of the first parts of the series of my Coming Out Chronicles. Number 14 is Yeah. All because of that fucking book. All because of that book. Mm, mm, mm. But with that being said, I appreciate everybody for watching. Make sure y'all put okay in the chat. In the chat, in the description, in the comments, just put okay. That let me know y'all watched it to the end. Y'all here with a whole bunch of K's. Let's go. Let's run it up. I think I forgot to say it on the last video, but it's the same. It's just, a whole nother video. This episode was I we just gonna let it play. It is what it is. I said what I said. That was my experience. And yeah, that's that. And again, I catch y'all on episode number 14. Peace out, Cub Scouts.